Now, for a long time in India, caste has been seen as a system dividing the society. But late last year, Narendra Modi coined 4 new castes. He said that they were crucial for the growth of the Indian economy. One of the 4 is the farmers, a community that represents close to 10% of India's population. Today, thousands from this group are out on the streets. The farmers launched their Delhi Chalo March, calling for the demands to be met. The situation has been tense in and around the Indian capital all day. Farmers broke barricades, iron sheets and clashed with the security personnel. Meanwhile, the police resorted to firing rounds of tear gas from drones. Unfortunately, the clashes were expected. Prohibitory orders under Section 144 were already in place in the national capital. In addition, heavy security was deployed at border points. Many entrances were blocked with barbed wire, spikes and cement blocks. The Section 144 regulations will remain in place till March 12th. The police say that permission was not granted for the protest, yet farmers started their march from neighbouring state of Punjab. In the clashes, many farmers were detained. However, we cannot confirm the exact number at the moment. Earlier, the centre approached the Delhi government to convert a stadium into a temporary jail to keep the farmers. But Arvind Kejriwal's government refused to give the green light, calling the protest a democratic right.
हमने भरसक कोशिश की कल की मीटिंग में कि कोई ना कोई इस तरह का निर्णय हो जाए जिससे हम जो है सरकार से टकराव से बचें और कुछ हमें मिले जिसकी हमें आशा थी। हम आशा करके ही भरोसा करके ही 5 घंटे मीटिंग में बैठे रहे।
Let's now briefly tell you the major demands put forward by the farmers. First is the minimum support price. Now, farmers have to sell their produce at prices settled by the demand and supply in India. In times of a bumper harvest, when the supply is far higher than the demand, farmers end up with less revenue and outright losses. The MSP acts like a safety net here, where the government buys directly from the farmers if the open market prices are less than their costs. The farmers are demanding a law guaranteeing this. Now, other demands include a repeal of the Electricity Act 2020, compensation for farmers killed in the Lakhimpur Kheri violence, withdrawal of cases against those involved in the farmers' movement in 2021, full debt waiver for farmers and labourers, and India's withdrawal from the World Trade Organization. Now, it is important to note here that out of the 13 demands listed by the farmers, the government has agreed on 10 of them. However, the farmers say it is still not enough. Let's come to the politics of it now. The protests come just months before the national elections, so the timing is partly strategic. In India, farmers form the most influential voting bloc, and politicians know well to not alienate them, which is why both the main parties, the Bharatiya Janata Party and the National Congress, have included them in their past manifestos.
मैं कहांगा मोदी सरकार ने कृषि क्षेत्र ਨੂੰ बढ़ावा देने ਲਈ किसानों के कल्याण ਲਈ बहुत सारे कदम चक्के ने पिछले 10 सालों ਹੁਣ भी जो किसानों ने अपनी मांगा रखियां तो मोदी सरकार ने अपने वरिष्ठ मंत्रियों की ड्यूटी लगा के उन्होंने बातचीत जारी रखी।
Financial support, loan waivers, fertilizer subsidy and talks around the MSP have found their mention in these manifestos. But if you see on the ground, the reality is different. The Ministry of Statistics last posted data on farmers' average monthly income back in 2019. And as per that, an average agricultural household in India is making rupees 10,218. This is even below the per capita national income of India, which was more than 11,000 in the same year. The withdrawal of the agricultural laws back in 2021 was a major victory for the farmers. At the time, the government said that it would set up a panel of farmers and government officials to find a way forward. But it has been over 2 years now and little progress has been made. With the farmers out on the streets again, the political parties have a clock to beat this time. It is ticking with the election day approaching.